Something strange is happening in our oceans. Creatures from the deep, beings that have spent millennia hidden in darkness, are suddenly appearing near the surface. But why? Is it climate change? Underwater earthquakes? Or is something far more mysterious unfolding beneath the waves? Even NASA stopped exploring the ocean. They said they just want to explore Mars or other planets. So, obviously, the question is, what is happening? These creatures from the deep sea were unknown to humans for thousands of years. Why are they now surfacing? Before you move on, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to 10-Minute Quest. About 71% of Earth's surface is covered with water, classified into 5 main oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Southern Ocean. 94% of the world's wildlife is found in these oceans, but only 5% of them have been explored and mapped by humans. The remaining 95%, particularly the deep sea, remains a mystery. Even NASA stopped exploring the ocean. They said they just want to explore Mars or other planets. The sunlight zone, the topmost layer of the ocean, is the depth to which sunlight can reach, where the oceanic wildlife is most colorful and diverse. This zone is the only layer of the sea where photosynthesis is possible, allowing macroalgae and phytoplankton to thrive. Other animals associated with the ocean include whales, sharks, turtles, and dolphins. As we go deeper, the water absorbs sunlight, making it difficult for humans to see beyond this depth. At 200 meters, the twilight zone begins, where only blue and violet light reach the twilight zone. Within this zone, we start to see strange creatures like the strawberry squid, bloody bellycomb jelly, and sea angel. These creatures use their red color as a camouflage and light flickering on their bodies. The abyssal zone, which extends until 6,000 meters below the surface level, is still vastly unexplored. The Titanic's wreck is present in this zone, around 3,810 meters deep. The deep sea is home to millions of marine creatures, including fish, squids, and plankton, who migrate to the surface level and then back to the depths. This phenomenon, known as the deep scattering layer, has been observed during World War II, when sonar operators discovered that the seafloor rises hundreds of meters at night. This event is the first clue to the hidden highways of the sea, visited by millions of marine creatures every day. But in recent days, living in the depths of the oceans, these deep-sea creatures, why are we seeing more of them? This terrifying-looking fish is called sea devil. It sports a torch-like structure on the head, used to lure a prey creature into its mouth. There's been a centuries-old perception in Japan that whenever an oarfish surfaces in the water, it is an indication that there is a calamity waiting to happen. Some of the sonar staff of naval units during World War II were shocked when they sighted a pseudo-sea bottom. Billions and millions of fish were swimming from the deep sea to the surface. In January 2023, a fisherman in Japan went out in his boat to go fishing. Somewhere in the middle of the sea, he threw the fishing net into the sea. After a while, when he was taking out the caught fish in his net, he found a strange, long fish. This fish was extremely long, like a snake. It was then measured to be almost 6 meters long. It had a white, sticky body like rubber. This was not a normal fish. It was a deep-sea oarfish. They are usually deep in the sea, about 1 kilometer below sea level. This fisherman released it back into the sea because Japanese myths state that when one sees an oarfish, it is a sign of a catastrophe, especially earthquakes. Japan experienced a catastrophic earthquake in 2011, and before this earthquake, dead bodies of about 20 oarfish were washed ashore on the Japanese beach. But now, these stories are under suspicion, because not only in Japan, but also during the last couple of years, in many regions of the world, oarfish dead bodies have washed ashore on sea beaches. In 2023, a fisherman caught 50 oarfish at a time. In 2024, in California, oarfish was thrice seen. In February 2025, a live oarfish was spotted in Mexico. But it does not end with oarfish only. Oceans are so full of different deep-sea animals that even they are surfacing at the surface level very frequently now. Giant phantom jellyfish is a very interesting animal with ribbon-shaped tentacles of over 10 meters in length. Besides this, a black sea devil anglerfish was spotted at the surface level. This scary-looking fish is referred to as the sea devil. Is it Japanese myth or not? The DL vertical migration, DVM, is the largest migration on Earth, happening daily, every night, from the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean, from the North Atlantic Ocean to the Southern Ocean. These creatures swim to the surface at night to feed on phytoplankton found at the surface, which they do not eat during the day due to the danger of being eaten by predators like sharks, whales, and dolphins. However, due to climate change, these creatures are moving permanently towards colder places like the poles. 90% of the heat generated by global warming is absorbed by our oceans, leading to warmer ocean temperatures. The heat from the sun is warming up water at the surface, but the water in the deep sea remains cold due to the sun's heat being absorbed by the oceans. Warm water is lighter than cold water and less dense, making it closer to the surface, while cold water remains at the bottom. This lack of oxygen in the deep sea leads to a shortage of oxygen, causing a large-scale population decline and the threat of extinction. Deep sea creatures have evolved in stable oxygen environments, so they are migrating towards the surface to find oxygen. However, they have not evolved to live in surface water, making them easy prey to sharks and whales during the day. Scientists predict that by the end of this century, the temperature of the abyssal zone will increase by 1 degree Celsius, and deep sea creatures will migrate 4 to 11 times faster than those living near the surface. This threatens the future of these amazing creatures, and many could be extinct forever. Many of these creatures have not even been discovered yet, and their fate is now in danger due to human activities. The deep sea is a vital ecosystem that stores large quantities of carbon, which helps regulate the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. However, climate change has led to a decrease in the ocean's carbon dioxide absorbing capacity, posing a short-term threat to these creatures. Deep sea mining, a pressing threat to these creatures, is another pressing issue caused by humans. However, mining companies are trying to get their hands on these areas to mine for gold and silver. Some people are sending large machines to dig in the deep seas, causing large-scale destruction of this ecosystem. Some politicians, such as Donald Trump and Putin, brainwash their followers by promoting things like deep-sea mining to help their crony capitalist friends. Deep-sea mining is something that hasn't been done anywhere in the world, but greedy politicians and their crony capitalist friends are trying their best to begin it. The United Nations has an international seabed authority, which has the authority to grant permission to any country in the world. However, no country has received permission to do deep-sea mining yet, and there is immense pressure on this organization. Many NGOs and activists have raised their voices against deep-sea mining, with about 32 countries openly saying they won't support it. Greenpeace has drafted a petition to create pressure on governments worldwide to stop deep-sea mining before it starts, with over 3 million people signing it. It must be stopped before it's too late. Also, ocean pollution, a growing environmental concern, encompasses various forms of contamination, including plastic waste, chemical runoff, noise, and light pollution, impacting marine life and ecosystems. Whatever the cause, one thing is clear: our oceans are changing, and with these changes come consequences. The sudden movement of deep-sea creatures is a sign that something is off balance in the marine world. If we don't take action to protect our oceans, we could see irreversible damage, not just to marine life, but to our own existence. Now, it's up to us. Whether it's supporting ocean conservation, reducing pollution, or simply staying informed, we all have a role to play in protecting our seas. The deep is speaking to us. Are we ready to listen? If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep-sea mysteries and scientific discoveries. Let us know in the comments. What do you think is causing deep-sea creatures to rise?